everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree, and it's been a while since I've been online. Well, not online. I've been online quite a bit. I'm going to lean forward a little bit. Trying to figure out how and where I want to get situated. A couple of quick things before we get into the topic of the video, which is Crackerjacks, as the title suggests, but also some other related, unrelated snacks, because I just wanted to do something a little, fun and lighthearted, but also kind of get back to, basics. I got some more videos coming, so thumbs up. I'll do a whole separate video on all the ups and downs and changes and things. First thing you'll notice, new laptop, not new camera, but new setup. So things are situated differently than they were. I'm still going to have to rearrange some stuff, but let's talk about Crackerjacks. What are Crackerjacks? Well, basically, they are a type of popcorn, caramel, I think, or butter toffee, with peanuts in them, and they're all, clumped together. And they used to, historically, come in a little cardboard box. More recent years, I've noticed that, or at least where I live, I don't know about nationwide or anywhere else, but they've been coming in like a little white chip bag, like what potato chips come in. Like the little roughly foily bag, plastic foily bag thingamabob. Which is fine, I guess, but I miss the box. Now, way back in the old days, like before my time, obviously, they used to include a little, quote, prize in the box. And it was usually some type of toy, usually like a little plastic ring or top or, maybe like jack, from the game Jacks. You throw just Google it. I don't know how to describe what Jacks are. Obviously, they're called Crackerjacks. Buddy is trying to sit with me, but he's also being a little doofy. He's being a little doofy, so I'm going to pet him, but also, guide him away from my electronic setup. And to do that, he's going to come sit up here with me. So, yes, give him some lemons. But in recent years, and when I say recent years, in the last, 2 or 3 years, maybe even longer, every single Crackerjack, and again, bag that I've bought, which isn't very often because where I live currently, I haven't been able to, consistently come across Crackerjacks. And I don't know if if it's a regional thing. Look, the town I live in, the convenience stores, they suck. We have one chain. It's a local chain. You don't have them where you live unless you live here because they are local, but they own all the fucking gas stations in the whole goddamn town. Except for, 4. And they suck. I'm not going to lie. So they don't have fucking Slim Jim. We're going to talk about Slim Jim. They don't have most of them don't have Crackerjacks. Well, I'm going to assume this is everybody, but they don't even have fucking donuts. Literally, you go to this gas station, they don't even have fucking donuts. I mean, yeah, they got the little fucking plastic wrap Little Debbie, but I mean, this little thing of donuts, the little fucking Maple bars, nowhere in town. I can't even go to get a goddamn slice of pizza in this fucking town. So, sidebar rant, but I wanted to bring that up because that was my way of getting back to the Crackerjacks is they don't give you a fucking toy or a prize or anything anymore. You just get a fucking QR code. Go to this website and play this stupid game. Except for every little prize that you get, you rip it open and it's the same fucking game. It just takes you to the same website. It's bullshit. But we're not here to rag on Crackerjacks. And honestly, if you've watched my channel at all, or if you're new here, if you watch my channel at all, you know I don't usually get too deep into the Wikipedia history Discovery Channel side of things. Sometimes I'll give you a background if I'm aware of it, but I'm not a history teacher. I'm not a historian. I did take 1 U.S. history class in college, which, you know, some people get annoyed when I bring up going to college, but, like, I have to give you a point of reference so that you know what my knowledge base is. But, like, that's just my way of saying I don't know a lot of history of some things. I do know a lot of history of, like, other things, like video games, specifically Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PlayStation. Careful, dude. He's got the sniffles. I gotta put him down. Not put him down, but, like, get him off my lap. But, like, random bits and bobs that don't really have any use outside of YouTube, honestly. But the reason why I wanted to start with Crackerjacks, and the video is titled, you know, Crackerjacks and Other Snacks, because I want to talk about not so much where do Crackerjacks come from, like the history of them. There's way better YouTube channels out there that can do a more in-depth history of the snack, the company, the culture, blah, 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 than I ever could. I'm more of a, well, let's talk about the experience. When, where, why, how do you experience a Crackerjack? And what are other related snacks that you might have in a comparable experience? Well, traditionally, and this I do know, this is the little teeniest bit of the history, without dates and specifics that I do know, is they pretty much started as, more or less, I have to say, because I don't know, like, the exact timeline and logistics, but they pretty much, to the best of my knowledge, started as a ballpark snack. In other words, you'd go to a baseball game, and you would get a hot dog, or nachos, or pretzel, hot, fluffy, warm bread that somebody calls a pretzel because they don't know what the fucking word means. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to go based on what some fucking Catholic monks said 500 years ago. Pretzels are little crispy snacks. Okay, they're crunchy and they're this big. But the point is, you would get a Crackerjack in that setting. It was a, you know, it was kind of like you go to the movies, you get a bucket of popcorn, or a bag, or a bowl, or whatever they give you. These days, it's like, if you're watching a fucking Star Wars movie, they're going to put your popcorn in a fake little, I don't know, Darth Vader helmet, or whatever the fuck. I don't know what Disney's doing with Star Wars these days. We're not getting into that here. It's on the list. We are going to talk about Star Wars in a not too distant future video. But also probably not today. Well, very, very unlikely it'll be today. But Crackerjacks are that kind of, it's an experience snack. It's a snack you have when you're enjoying a group activity, and watching a ball game, or possibly at the cinema, watching the movies at the theater, or hanging out with friends and you're, you know, having, like, you know, a Mario Party where you're all sitting around playing Mario Kart, because you don't play Mario Party at Mario Party parties, because Mario Party is a stupid game, and Mario Kart's the game everybody plays, and that's me being a bitch because I love Mario Party, and frankly, I'm gonna get fucking shit for this, not the most ginormous fan of Mario Kart. Had to bring that up, but the point of it is, you generally go for a Crackerjack in a social setting. It's not a sit at home, grab a bowl of Crackerjacks thing. Big bag or bowl of Lay's potato chips. Yeah, you can sit on the couch eating a bowl of Lay's potato chips, watching your favorite, whatever the fuck you watch. That's fine. Crackerjacks are not that. So, we're talking specifically social snacks. These are snacks that are more or less socially acceptable, but also carry with them the weight of a social expectation. Meaning, you're supposed to enjoy these snacks when you're at a ball game, or a picnic, or the movies, or a party, or whatever. And I know there are different types types of snacks in different settings, but there is some, air quotes, universal crossover in some of these snacks. You know, popcorn is fairly universal in that you can get a bag of popcorn at the ball game. And when I say ball game, it doesn't have to be baseball. It could be basketball. Maybe football. I don't know. I've only ever attended one football game in a stadium in my entire life. And that was a college football game. And that was fucking the Boise State Broncos. In Boise. Come on. That's not a real fucking football game. That's a fucking... That's barely a sneeze above a high school fucking football game. Which, by the way, and I'm bringing this up because I got to give you my experience. I talked about football games. I don't watch a lot of I watch football on TV, but I did when I worked in the news business. I did when I was a news reporter go to a lot of football games to photograph them. I wasn't there to eat the snacks. So that's my long-winded, roundabout way to say I don't know what you eat at a football game. Because that's literally my whole entire experience with football. But I've been to basketball games, I've been to baseball games, I've been to hockey games. And I do know that popcorn is a snack, nachos, cotton candy sometimes, Crackerjacks definitely, pretzels, well, again, I'm saying, you know, the bread that Catholic assholes call pretzels, okay? But also real crunchy pretzels. But those are more like, some people would call them bar pretzels, I guess. Look, I did a whole video on pretzels once upon a time. We're going to come back to that again because, listen, the breadstick that you tie up into a pretzel and sprinkle salt on top of and dip it in your melted cheese or ranch dressing or mustard or whatever the fuck you dip it in. Because if you're not dipping it, why are you eating it? Seriously, it's just a fucking breadstick. And if you're eating a breadstick and you're not dipping it in something, you're doing it wrong. And, well, you can't get a big, fluffy, gooey bread pretzel at a public outdoor setting with a cup of gooey, drippy nacho cheese. How the fuck does that work? I don't know. Never done it. Wouldn't do it. Don't eat those things. But I guess you could get probably a little rolled gold or whatever the fuck they're called bag of actual pretzels at a ball game. But let's go back to Crackerjacks for a split second. Because there is an alternative to the Crackerjack that is kind of the same thing. And it's called Crunch and Munch. Now, as far as I know, Crackerjack, the name brand, comes in one flavor. It's just Crackerjack. I don't know if it's butterscotch or caramel or butter toffee or what's that crunchy candy that breaks your tooth that you only get at Christmas time? That stuff. Peanut brittle. I don't know what flavor peanut brittle is. I think Crackerjack is that. It's all of the above. I don't know. I'm not going to Google it. I don't give a fuck. But Crunch and Munch, let's be real. Aside from the marketing and the nostalgia, is a better snack. Okay? It just is. But also, Crunch and Munch, you can actually select, do you want caramel or do you want butter toffee? Now, they may have other flavors. Those are the two I come across. But the other reason why Crunch and Munch is better is because it comes in a big box. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more for it because Crackerjack is that throwaway snack that you get your kids when you're at the ball game. Allegedly. I don't know. I didn't. The few ball games I did go to, which were way fucking long ass time ago, I was a kid. Don't remember what my snacks were. Don't remember. But I do know this. I do know that Crunch and Munch comes in a big box. And they're also clumps. They got the peanuts. They're all covered in some gooey, syrupy, hardened thing. Maybe in Canada they're maple syrup candies. I don't know. let me know in the comments if you're still watching this. I have no way of keeping track of how long I'm... Oh, there's a timer. Never mind. This thing does have a timer. By the way, I'm using OBS now. I've upgraded. Couldn't run OBS on my previous laptop. It fucking crashed the goddamn computer. So we'll talk about that in the things that have changed since my last video, which is coming soon. I promise. Also, I'm a little bit more animated and dressed up and, you know, did my hair and makeup. Yeah, we'll talk about that in that video too. I just wanted to point it out because happy Pride. Let's go, queers. Alright, anyways, fuck off with all of that. Well, I don't mean fuck off, but I mean, let's move on. I'm kind of a bitch sometimes. Y'all know this. Go watch, just pluck a random video out of my feed and you know I'm kind of a bitch. I'm okay with that. I'm a chaos witch. I'm a practicing chaos witch. So I'm not at all law and order, and I'm using air quotes because I don't mean like I'm a criminal or whatever. I mean like I don't like structure and rules and being told what to do. All of that. So Crackerjacks, Crunch and Munch. Now, admittedly, here's where I get all tangled up in the brain. Crackerjack is an inferior snack to Crunch and Munch. It is. Crackerjack has a mascot. That's a thumbs up. Crunch and Munch, I don't know. I can't visualize if it does what it is in my brain, because if it does, which I don't know if it does or doesn't stand out. The Crackerjack dude does. I think it's Jack. Ironically enough, I don't know. But anyways, Crunch and Munch, or Crunch and Munch, I'm, again, not sure. Because although I do prefer them to Crackerjacks, and they are more generally readily available, I don't pick them up as often. So, like, if I'm in a situation where they have Crunch and Munch, but they also have Crackerjack, more often I'm going to get the Crackerjack because of the price difference. Simple as that. But if I've got the money to spare and I'm in the mood, I'll go for the Crunch and Munch. But what I'm trying to get at is Crackerjack's a better name. Crunch and Munch is a stupid name. It just is. It sounds like something a kindergartner came up with, okay? And you're like, well, why is Crackerjack better? Well, I don't know. It sounds like somebody put 5 seconds of thought into it instead of boom, Crunch and Munch. They put no thought into it at all. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it or underthinking it. Jeez, I don't even have a train of thought anymore. But you're not going to eat a Crunch and Munch at the same setting you're going to go to Crackerjack. You're at the park for a picnic or your family's, you take the kids to the park and the kids are on the swings and throwing the sand at their sister and everybody's digging up roly-polies out of the sandbox and blah, blah, blah. You're going to bust out whatever you brought for lunch, tuna sandwich, etc., and probably give them a little box or bag of Crackerjack as a snack because it's got the little treat in it and because your parents gave it to you when you were a kid, etc., etc. Or when you're at the ball game or you're all hanging out for, I don't know, Memorial Day barbecue Sunday afternoon backyard cookout. Maybe you'll have Crackerjacks there, or when you're sitting around for family game night playing like Monopoly or Skippo. Play Skippo. Let's all just, I'm going to do a whole video on this probably. Let's all just agree that Uno is the inferior game. Skippo is better because it has structure, and Uno is just fucking random. Skippo requires strategy. There's no strategy in Uno. So let's just play Skippo. Anyways, moving on. I played ball. They're both fine games. But let's get past that. Okay. I also want to talk about other types of snacks that you might have, not just at the ball game, but in these various settings. And I don't want this video to get away from me. I talked about pretzels, but when I say pretzel, you know what the fuck I mean. Pretzel, little guy. Not big fucking breadstick, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. So sick and goddamn tired of people like, these fucking Catholic monks 500 years ago. I don't give a goddamn about a Catholic monk. Why don't you read news headlines and come back to me if you want to try to defend the fucking Catholic monks? Let's get off of that fucking hot topic. By the way, I used to be Catholic, so... I'm pagan now, so that'll tell you everything you need to know. Which essentially means I'm still Catholic, because Catholics are pagans. Don't tell a Catholic that they're just a pagan pretending to be Christian, because all Christians are pagans pretending to be Christian, because all Christians are pagans. They don't know that because they don't know what the fucking word means. But we're not going to get into that and the stupidity of uneducated Christians. Not all Christians, I just mean the uneducated ones. Bruh. Did I mention somewhere in this video I'm kind of a bitch? I'm okay with that. I assume you are too because you're still here. Those of you that weren't okay with it, you fucking ducked out minutes ago, I assume. And if you're not coming back, you're not going to be missed. I know, that's an unorthodox way to say please subscribe and thumbs up the video, but like, I'm not a beggar. Well, okay, not for attention and content and whatnot. Yes, unfortunately, I sometimes have to ask for help for financial stuff, but, you know, I'm working on that. We're working on, me and my case manager are working on a plan. That's another video coming soon. But, other snacks you'd have at a ball game, well, okay, I mentioned the pretzels. I'm going to get off of that again. Nachos is a popular one. Hot dogs, obviously. But, I didn't want to bring up hot dogs in a snacks about Crackerjacks video because a Crackerjack, a nacho, depending on how you prepare it, a pretzel, a bowl of chips, bag of popcorn, whatever, a corn dog, hot dog on a stick. Hot dog on a stick, yes. Corn dog, yes. Hot dog is not a snack. It is either a meal, it can be the entree, it could be the appetizer, but it's a part of a meal or in itself, depending on, again, how you dress it up, a meal. In other words, it's a food. It's a food you can snack on in certain situations, therefore transconfiguration in it into a, that word got away from me, into a snack, but it's really meant to be a meal or a part of a meal. Sometimes like 3 to 6 I don't know how many hot dogs you eat. I eat 4 at a time. If I'm eating hot dogs, I'm eating at least bare minimum 4. I usually don't put them on a bun to kind of give you that, but I'm a fat girl, you know that, so yeah, sometimes I'll put them on a bun. But if I'm putting them on a bun, I'm eating 2 hot dogs because I'm topping the shit out of those motherfuckers. I mean, I'm talking like fucking hot, I'm talking a meal. Hot dog and a snack. Also, to you sporked people that have your fake-ass, puny little stupid podcast, no, a hot dog is not a sandwich. I just wanted to call them out. No shade to, like, some of the sporked people. If you know, you know. But, no, a hot dog is not a motherfucking sandwich. I just want to get that off my goddamn chest. Now, other places you might have Crackerjacks, I've already mentioned. A picnic at the park. Maybe the zoo. If you go to the zoo, I remember getting a box, because they came in a box when I was a kid, of Crackerjacks at the zoo. But you also get animal crackers at the zoo, or at least use asterisk used to. But people bitched and moaned about how unfair that was to represent animals in a cage in a zoo at a snack at the zoo. Look, we're not going to unpack that. We're just going to say people bitched about it, so I guess you don't get animal crackers at the zoo anymore? I don't know. I don't eat animal crackers anymore. I'm not 3.5 years old anymore. But, yeah, you could probably have Crackerjacks at the zoo. Just eat them. Don't drop them. And sure as fuck, don't feed them to the animals. I am going to take a quick breath. And I am going to say, with absolute as much respect as I can, I don't care if you're a meat eater or a vegan, And it matters nothing to me. I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat. You're going to eat what you're going to eat. I will not tell you what to eat. I'll tell you what you should eat and let you decide for yourself if you want to be a rebellious cunt or if you want to be the kind of person that eats what you're supposed to. That's up to you. I know YouTube is going to flag this video because I said a word I shouldn't have said. Oops. Oh well, maybe I'll edit it out. If I do, you won't even know I said it. It slipped out, but we're going to move past that because I don't usually say that word. It's just I needed something that drove home the fact that I'm not going to tell you what to eat. Don't tell me what to eat. That's what I was trying to get at, because that will piss me right the goddamn fuck off. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, and then again, I mentioned family game night. Now, why do I keep coming back to a bowl of pretzels? Well, the reason why I keep coming back to pretzels is because they're the only other snack that I can think of that you are likely to find at all of the same social scenarios where you're going to be acceptably allowed by other people without being judged to eat the Cracker Jack. In other words, Cracker Jacks and pretzels are like cousins, and so like you're gonna find pretzels and Cracker Jacks at all the same places, more or less. You're probably not eating either type of pretzel at a movie theater. You're also not getting, usually you're not, well, usually, you better not be fucking getting Cracker Jacks at the goddamn cinema. They're gonna give you a ginormous bucket of buttery flavored popcorn. Eat that. This is the one time I'm gonna, well, okay, it's not the only time I'm gonna tell you to eat that instead of eat what you want. Don't fucking get Cracker Jacks at the cinema. Jesus goddamn Christ. If you have to eat Cracker Jacks while you're watching a movie, do it at home on your laptop while you're watching your Disney Plus. I guess. Fucking weirdos. Don't get me started on Cracker Jacks and the cinema don't belong together. But Bree, at the start of the video, you said movie theaters. Yes, I was using that as an illustration of a type of social event that you might find Cracker Jacks at to illustrate that it's a social snack. Not that this is a specific social event where you're going to find Cracker Jacks, because if I slipped up and said that, because I'm a bit animated, it's kind of late. No, it's not that late, but whatever. Had a lot of caffeine today. And good food. I've been eating fish. Specifically tilapia fillets. Or fillets if you're British, I guess. I've been watching a lot of British YouTubers. Well, we'll come back to that, because I do want to specifically talk about British YouTubers in a very near future video, because that's a topic I got a lot up on my brain. So, why did I want to talk about Cracker Jacks for 30 minutes? Well, couple of reasons. One, I haven't done a off the fucking cuff random rambly video that makes no coherent logical sense to anybody outside of my chaos brain in a while. Two, I fucking felt like it, and I'm hoping the 6 of you that are gonna get all the way to the very, very end found this enjoyable, entertaining, funny? Question mark? I'm not trying to be funny. Sometimes I do try to be funny, but sometimes I'm just, this is me, y'all. Read my fucking Blue Sky feed. Get the fuck off of Twitter. And by the way, if you're not still calling it Twitter, go shove this up your grandma's dead asshole. Okay? It's Twitter. And if you're sucking on Musk's nuts, you don't deserve Cracker Jacks. Stay cool. Well, I lost my mouse. Fucking